Hello.
Hello.
Good
Yeah, good.
morning
Yeah.
here in
Yes,
Winnipeg.
good morning here in
Good
Winnipeg.
afternoon in
Yeah, good
Nigeria. Some
afternoon in
other
Nigeria.
part of the
At this
world.
time of Nigeria, it's
4
4
p.m.
p.m. Yes,
Yeah.
this is 4 p.m. in Nigeria. And then in some other parts of the world, yeah, no,
Evening.
England, UK,
Yeah.
precisely London, it's 4 p.m.
4 p.m. as
because we
well.
share the same with Nigeria, right?
Nigeria. Yeah.
And then in
Australia.
Australia, another day.
Another day. Or they're still sleeping.
Whatever day you are, wherever you find yourself
We
at
thank
this time, at this hour, we thank God for you. And then it's opportunity to, it's an opportunity to give thanks to God. Whatever we find ourselves doing, it is an opportunity to be grateful to God. So thank you and thank you and thank you for being part of this. So
thank you for joining another episode of Director Factor.
yes, thank you for joining another episode of
Thank you
the.
for us to
Yeah.
share. Without you, there is no way we might have been able to reach so many other people.
Mm-hmm,
Well,
mm-hmm.
once you can share this video, we can reach so many people
That's correct. You're
with
right.
your help. So we wanted to share this video with your friends, your connection, your
Mm-hmm,
family, and
mm-hmm.
everybody that you think they might be in need of this particular topic we want to talk about, immigration.
That's right. Yeah, it's important because I'm trying to share this, and if you're also wherever you are, please try to share this information to as much as possible.
If
Yeah.
you know any
Mhm.
parent that want to send their kids abroad to study, this might be a vital information for them to, to listen and to get something tangible from it so that they're not going to make any mistake while sending their kids abroad. Or if you need study permit, or if you want to become a PR here in Canada, this you need this information. Okay, so if you know some other people too that are in need of this information, please don't hesitate to share this.
That's a very important thing because I was talking to few people actually send me DM a message and wondering why what do I want to know, and it is important to let people know uh, you can't just cross over a country from one country to another country and just assume it's the way you believe in your home country
It's
that
going
you
to be
will be
different.
that you will be living here. No, it's a total different game. It's a total different thing
And some
entirely.
people might find
Hmm.
themselves in what we call culture shock or
Yeah,
something.
culture shock.
Shock.
Yeah,
So you have to be prepared if you want to migrate to another country. You have to be prepared. You have to know there's so many information that you have to know before you make this move. Okay,
that's correct.
and that is why we are here with an immigration consultant to like kind of share this information with people.
Okay, before that, what was your shock when you first got here into Canada? Because you mentioned culture shock, right? So
Yeah.
what was the culture? What? Yeah, now it's
Mm.
about 8 years ago, right? Am I right?
Hmm. I cannot remember. The winter.
The winter you came in, we came
Yeah, but we
uh,
came in July,
in
right?
July
Yeah, but
1st. We
I
came in
remember
On
I
July
was still
1st.
saying, "Oh my God, it's cold in here."
July 1st, cold?
Yeah,
No, yeah,
I
that's
was feeling cold,
and July 1st is Canada's day, so it's remarkable for us
and
to land here July 1st. It's significant to us, and it's an opportunity to be able to connect with other people and letting them know that you can do it.
so your what is your own culture?
My culture shock is the friendliness that I got in Manitoba because I remember what I've heard is not what I had experienced. Yeah, so the lady just stopped and say, notice that I had a lot of bag, so many things in my hand, a bag on my back, the way we carry things back home, right? And she stopped. I can't forget that on what route now? One of the highways. She stopped by and said, "Hey, are you heading somewhere? I noticed you must be a new bees." Like, oh, really? Yeah. What makes you think that? Yeah, she stopped and then yeah, I say, yes, of course. We got here. That was 2013, a
Mm,
few months away from July 1st.
yeah, of
And then
her.
she stopped by, give me a lift, and then she dropped me off home. And I told you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I never expected that. I didn't expect it. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
I didn't expect it because the way it was said, and no, no, and
Yeah,
all
there
that.
might be the good part and there might be the negative part when you
Mhm.
move into a new country. So you have to
Yeah.
learn so many things,
Hmm.
and that is why we're here today on distractor with an immigration
And an immigration
consultant.
consultant,
Get
yes.
your questions ready. Question concerning immigration, study permit, parent that want to send their kids abroad to come and learn.
Hmm.
Get your question ready. She is capable.
Yeah, she is a consultant, a licensed, authorized Canadian consultant. So, do you want to talk about our guest? Mhm.
Guys, I am
Yeah,
honored to talk about her. Her name is Kemi Adewoyin.
that's right.
I am sorry, I'm still looking for her bio. I have it somewhere here.
Okay, to go.
Okay, there you go. So our biography is she was born in 1968, a graduate of mass communication from the University of Ambrose Hali Ekuma. She has a professional membership, Nigerian Institute of Public Relation, Chartered Institute of Marketing in UK, Supply Chain Association of Manitoba, regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and she's a lovely wife and a mother, though she didn't put it here. And she's also the CEO of Davis Immigration Consultant Incorporation here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Educational agent for several universities and colleges here in Canada. Oh yeah, she's married and blessed with wonderful children.
Great.
Okay, so if you need anything, like I said, when it comes to immigration, I'm telling you, she has the information. Okay, so like we rightly said, if you know someone that might really be in need of this, they're thinking of relocating here to Canada, they're thinking of sending their children here to come and study. There are so many things you need to know before you send those innocent children here to come and study. There are so many things you need to know. Okay, and that is why we are here today.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much. So the next is you're going to be seeing after now, but
Yeah.
I have to do this because we are on the ground of the First Nations, right? The Treaty Number One territory site, and then I have to acknowledge because I have many of them as friends, and to acknowledge this First Nation and the ground, and then their fathers and all that have paid the price for the freedom that makes Canada unique. I'm not able to read through, but for sure I do recognize all my First Nation friends, and then from all of their ethnics and all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You mean so much, and whatever you're going through now, my wife, and then the family, we support, we lend our voice, and then we in agreement to that, and that God's healing, He is much possible. Discovery of over a thousand children that have been mass buried.
Mm.
Uh, you know, during the residential school. Yes, we lend our support, we care, we love you, and then just trust it that we love you. Okay, and God's healing upon you. Amen. Yeah. So
Amen.
the next phase you see now will be the phase of our guest, Kenny
Kenny
Adewoyin.
Adewoyin.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
You've
Thank you
said
so
so
much.
much. You've said so much. Thank you so much, Sam and Kemi. And
Yeah.
that was a great introduction. I never knew you know so much about me, and I want to say thank you for thank you so much for having me on this program. I appreciate it
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Ma, for honoring our invitation. We're so blessed and so glad to have you in this show.
That's right. Yeah. So for viewers, I know a lot of people were sending me DM messages, but if you know someone that one thing you're gonna do extra is to share this information as much as possible. There's someone who needed, a parent who is trying to make decision. September will be the next school year.
Yeah.
You need information before you conclude. Even if you've gotten your admission, you need this information or what process, what you need to know, culture shock, and all of those stuffs, right? So do not hesitate by sharing. Invite that we are on live with a consultant. You can also connect with her. She is the CEO, like Cam rightly said. She is the CEO of Davis Immigration Consultant. Please, it's displayed down below the screen here. The email, or there are two emails that feel free to reach out to her, connect with her if you have your concerns, your questions, to clarify details, right? Okay, thank you very much. All right, yeah, so let's dive into this.
Okay.
Okay, the first question I got.
Okay. The first question here is what do people need to know about Canada immigration status?
What do people need to know about Canada immigration programs? There are so many things to know about Canada immigration programs. And I will tell you in honesty, with the little I know about Canada immigration programs, Canada seems to be the best in the world with immigration programs. And even leaders of the world acknowledge Canada, that if Canada can do immigration the way they are doing it, then we better go and learn from Canada. You understand? There's another Western world that is like very close to Canada. But so far, I think Canada is doing great. And there are so many immigration programs. They are just too numerous. And even as a consultant, you cannot assure any interested person that you know everything, because they are just too numerous. Yeah, if you may want to specialize in one aspect of immigration, and before you know it, a lot of things are just under there for you to know. If you ask me a question now about a provincial nominee, for example, British Columbia, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, we have the four provinces that come together, the pilot country provinces like New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island coming together to be one. There are so many things you want to know. And most importantly, again, you want to consider what do I want to know as a student? What do I want to know? I'm a career person. How do I want to migrate to Canada? What do I want to know? I'm a business person. I've been in business. Can I still immigrate to Canada? There are so many things to know. So you may want to know about coming in as a business person. You may want to know as coming in as a career person. You and I came into Canada as career people. You remember that?
Yeah,
and you may want to know coming into Canada as a student. And you may want to know there are few people that have the opportunity to come in with work permit. Very few people. Very few people. Yeah, it's still happening. I won't tell you it's not happening, but it may be 1 out of 1,000 people that apply.
Wow.
So there are so many things to know.
There's
You
so
just
many
you may
things.
just want to tell me a particular aspect of the immigration program, and I may be able to expatiate further on that.
Okay. So that is like there's so many immigration, so many ways. If you have your
Yeah.
question, even you might want to watch this video later. That is why we have an email there displayed on the screen. You might want to connect with her depending on what you want to do.
Depending on what you
Yeah,
want.
depending on what you want.
Oh, great. That's nice.
Okay. I know there are so many people that so many people have been how will I say it now, scammed, right? When it comes to traveling abroad. Yes, I want to travel abroad. And they advertise it on radio, on TV, and innocent people will go to them and pay them. And at the end of the day, you discover that you're being scammed. Would you advise applicants to use authorized agency,
And why?
and why?
Okay. You see, it is on the website of IRCC, Immigration Refugee, of Canada, that you are not compelled to use an immigration consultant. If you can sit down to study this website, you are not compelled, because we get paid, right? But the IRCC is just making people to know that no, it is your choice to use them. But how many people have the time to sit down and go through this paper, through this work? Let me tell you a small story. When we were planning to immigrate to Canada, my husband will call me, come and sign. I say, sign what again? I have to sign again? I just signed one yesterday. Say, too many people. The papers will be on the table like this. I will say, oh my God, again. He said, come and read it. I said, no, I can't read. You just read and tell me what to do. Oh my God, is this funny to you?
It
so,
is so
okay, let's be frank here. How many people have the time to sit down and
funny.
do all this? And that is where immigration consultant come in. And even there are so many acts and regulation under IRCC. Acts are the laws, regulation are the processes. If you miss one, you miss all. If you miss one, you miss all. And even the interpretation, most people that are lawyers, that are maybe legal, executive, they may understand this act, ACT. They may understand it and be able to interpret it. But somebody that is just a lay person, is not a lawyer, is not in the legal, may not understand. And that is where we come in. You understand? There are so many processes. At the end of the day, IRCC will still tell you, you need this signed by an immigration consultant before we can recognize your application. And that is where we come in. You understand? So for you to understand most of the codes, the act and regulation of IRCC, you may need an immigration consultant. Where you don't have you think you don't have the time, you are a busy person, the process is so long, do this, bring this paper, bring that paper, you may need an immigration consultant. Yeah. And so many people have been scammed. Yeah, we know that because I'm sorry to say, you and I, we are from the the continent of Africa, and people that call themselves immigration consultant, they are just people like agents. Majority of them, contact us from time to time to want to be our agent. But you know what? I have never signed up with anybody because there are so many things attached to that. And they started like selling like airline tickets. And before you know it, people like you and I will tell them, can't you do visa? Because because you know what, I work back home with a DHL. I worked for 15 years in DHL before immigrating to Canada, and we handled the British High Commission application process, and I was the one in charge for DHL Nigeria then, to the glory of God. And eventually we do Canadian immigration, liaising with Ghana and all that. And by the time we were handling British High Commission, I was seeing these young guys, coming with 10 applications, 20 applications. I said, why are you in a possession of all this? They said, no, I'm an agent.
Wow.
I'm an agent. I was selling tickets, and people were encouraging me to start applying for visa. And people were doing it. You know what? Some of them were getting the visas, but I saw a lot of fraudulent activities. So you as an individual, you have sent an invitation letter. Oh, say, okay, they will use that invitation letter for another 20 people that you never knew of. So a lot of fraudulent activities going on without, just through anybody. But if you use an immigration consultant, there is a way, there is a process. There are papers you will sign. If I defraud you, this is the process for you to report me. There are so many things, so many reasons why you should use an immigration consultant if you know you cannot handle the process. It's a long process, a long process.
Wow.
Remember when we were doing ours, to remember.
She did the same thing.
And you remember they sent back our application?
Yeah, actually, they
There
did
was
send
an
an
error.
application. There
They
was
sent
an
it back.
error. Yeah, at some point, she didn't even know how far I went to complete, fill, do everything. She wasn't in because she was like, I'm not interested. Take this away from me.
It's a long process.
That was she said, I don't want, it's enough. Like, I no longer. I said, okay, just give me your hand. I'll hold your hand and I will sign.
I never knew we were in the same shoes, right?
You were in the same shoes. She was there and she was like, no. Well, when I completed the form, I did everything. I like, without her not knowing.
You
She
did
wasn't aware of
everything.
it.
Oh my God.
And finally, when she got the response, she was like, "Oh, really? I responded." Okay. No, she was not taking interest.
You know,
And now
but
Yeah.
that things even getting more tougher now,
Yeah.
I would just advise
oh,
people to use consultant.
Mm,
It's
mm,
gonna
oh
make
yeah,
it
it's
so
getting more, it's getting more stringent because they want to, they are just being careful, you know. It's a
mm,
very conservative country, and they're taking their time. It's not just everybody. They, you know, you saw the amount of people that enter through the states, you know, like
mhm,
refugee in about 2-3
mm-hmm.
years ago. The immigration officer told us that these people that enter, they are not still enough compared to people that we are looking for. We need more
mm,
people, but we are controlling it. We are
mm,
not just anybody. So um it is, if you can afford it, it is advisable you, if you can afford
mm.
it, it's advisable you consult a consultant.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that you
Great.
can, so that you don't make mistake, right? And so that you get professional advice.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't make mistake like we did. We had to we did it on our own, and then they had
Yeah.
to
You
send back
send
that
it back.
they
Yeah.
send it back and like
Yeah.
God. Then we had to start all over again, fill all the
Yeah.
forms and
And I think
go
at
through
that
all
time
this
was
stress.
when you took
Oh
interest.
yeah.
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 At the second time, she was now interested. Right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I think, yeah. There was this question. Is there a website to confirm a Canadian authorized immigration agent? Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
The ICCLC, icclc.ca is the
Okay.
website, is the professional body for immigration consultant in Canada.
Hmm.
And if you are licensed, if you
Hmm.
have gone through the process, the education aspect, you've written the professional exam, you've passed,
Hmm.
there's a regulated number starting with an R. Every
Hmm.
member must have that number with an R. And
Mm,
it
okay.
says regulated. That R means regulated with 6 digits following it. So
Hmm.
you can always go to the website of icclc.ca. And the first thing that will pop up to you is report a consultant.
Hmm.
Report a fraud. That means, have you been defrauded? Report a consultant. They just make it so easy. So if
Okay.
any consultant has collected money from you and they've not done the service, you think they have not done the service, you know what? They can be reported. And any consultant can be reported. They will do their investigation. But the worst part is that the consultant will be asked to stop practicing immediately until
Hmm.
after the investigation has been concluded.
Hmm.
So invariably, make sure that the consultant has done something wrong before you go there to report them, because they give room. Why don't you go and sit down and talk it out? Try to see if you are going to meet, you know, amicably, resolve this amicably, maybe some. But if eventually you know that no, this is not working for me, you can end up going to the website of icclc.ca and report a consultant. It is
Hmm.
possible.
So people in other countries like in Africa, do they have access to this website too?
Anywhere in the world,
Anywhere in the
anywhere in the
world.
world. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And would you say like those agents back home, are they gonna be on that website? Or
They are not
those
licensed. They
just
are not licensed. They are
not
not licensed, so they
licensed.
Non-licensed.
won't be
Okay.
there.
So
Yeah.
anybody that goes to them,
Hmm.
so
So
anybody that goes to them, that
whatever
means
happened to
you
your money,
pay your
yeah, yeah.
number.
They are not licensed. So the only thing for you to confirm that
Hmm.
someone is licensed is, oh, I want to deal with you before I sign this retainer agreement. We have what we call the consultation agreement. You know, you want to consult with me just to find out one or two information. You know, we sign, you pay some stipends. If you eventually agree, oh, this, I think this is what I want. I think this person knows what I need. Then we
Hmm.
go into what we call retainer agreement. You want to retain me just like a lawyer does. Even
Hmm.
lawyers have this, you know. So in that retainer agreement, our number, our regulated number is written boldly, which you can
Hmm.
confirm before you will start the process. For
Mm,
any agent back home, or you know, anybody there, you know, I can be an immigration consultant and go back home to practice if I wish. So,
Hmm.
okay. Okay.
but yeah, it is possible. It does not mean I have to live in Canada. I can practice from
Okay.
Hmm.
anywhere, but just confirm the R number with
Okay.
Okay.
6
Okay.
digits. confirm the R number with 6 digits.
Oh,
And if
wow.
you go to the website of icclc.ca, it will tell you if I am active or not active. So if you see that number, if I give you my R number, you can just, okay, I want to check. Just go on the website. So, Kemi Adewoyin, oh, she's active. Kemi Adewoyin, oh, God forbid, she's suspended. And there you want to be
Okay.
careful. It will tell you everything. It will tell you everything. Yeah.
Well, I think if we stop here today, this is a lot, because a lot of people that have gone through this, been scammed and all that. This information is vital.
It's vital.
Yeah,
So
it's
they have to
vital.
know,
They
they
have
have
to
to
know.
go to the website and
Yeah.
confirm if that person is genuine before you
Yeah.
can even commit your application and start
Yeah.
paying the person.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Yeah. After submitting my application, how long do I need to wait?
That's a big question. Wow. Yeah, you see, it is a good question because we are all anxious, right? Even to visit, I want to visit Canada alone. Everybody is anxious. I know. I have some TRV, temporary resident visas application that I'm processing now. And oh, hello, ma, is it ready? Hello, ma, it's not yet ready. But you know what? You can always go there. I say if you go to cic.gc.ca, there's an aspect that you can just check how long does it take to process my application. But with COVID in the last 2 years, it has not been the same again. It has not been the same again until when the world come back to normalcy. Maybe when we go back, we all go back to offices and things are running the way they should run. That those information on the website of cic.gc.ca may now be relevant. 2 months, 3 months, then it will be like that. So, but for now, you cannot be sure of what you are seeing there. You cannot be sure.
Wow. That's a very good
So
one.
after submitting your application, you just need to be patient.
Be patient. Be patient.
Especially now, when it comes to temporary resident visa, we have two aspects of temporary resident visa. We have the visiting and the student. Especially with visiting, no, nothing is coming out for anybody now. No visiting visa for the past 1.5 years. All
Wow.
applications are just stuck there, you know. So you can't say, oh, she has submitted my application. She's a consultant. I should have reply in 6 weeks. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me ask this question. So if someone decided to use a consultant, now from the beginning of the process, do you assure them that yeah, I'm sure this application will be successful, or it's just going to be 50-50?
Very
You know,
good
some
question.
people
Yeah.
were like, yeah, I'm using a consultant. I'm
Guaranteed.
guaranteed,
Yeah.
right? That yeah, I'm guaranteed the visa.
That's a very good question. Yeah.
Is it guaranteed if they're using a consultant?
That's a very wonderful question, and I've been
Very good one.
expecting that.
Yeah.
You are not, in our profession, you are not allowed to guarantee anybody 100% I will get you a visa. You are not allowed. Most of the time when you handle some application, you see some chances that, oh, you just, you know that, oh, this is a good one. And 80% of the time we are not disappointed. We are not disappointed because we know that this person has. But you are not supposed to tell them, oh, this is 100% guarantee. No.
I think we lost you there. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, she's
Okay.
back.
Yeah, she's
She's
back.
back.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are not allowed to assure anybody that, oh, don't worry, I will get you visa. This is, you have enough money in your bank account. You have master's degree. You have A's. You have a CGPA of 4.5 over. Oh, no, you are not allowed to do that. It's not part of what we are trained to do.
Now
That's a
you
good
know.
one.
So if
Yes.
somebody is giving you a guarantee, you better go check again,
Check
right?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
because
check
you
it.
know, some people, oh yeah, I'm giving you an assurance you will get the visa, and you have your mind at rest, and at the end of the day they refuse it
Then
to
if you, yeah, and then yeah, that's a very good one. Yeah, thank you
And,
for
and if I may add something to that, I will just
yes.
give you one or two scenarios, especially in my own in the few years that I've been practicing. There are some applications that I don't take at all, especially when it comes to student visa.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, and I'm sorry to say, especially when I see results that is not very nice, I will just tell them, yeah, see, the officers, these are trained, highly trained people. They will check everything. And you and I, we've been to schools here in Canada. I know that
Mhm.
Sam and Kemi, you've been to universities here. I know that
Mhm.
very well.
Mhm. Yeah,
It is tough.
that's right.
It
It is
is.
It's tough.
tough.
Mhm.
Yes, it
It is tough.
is.
So when a student is coming to me with C, 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 oh no, I will just tell them, I'm sorry, I don't think I can work on this.
Mm.
Because opening your PORA, because we have immigration, authorized paid representative PORA, where we are supposed to do all our work. Every application you have ever submitted is there.
Mm.
When you open a portal, you want to check for the updates and you are scared. Is it? I don't want to do that, please. So when I see a performance that is not very attractive, I will just tell them, is there a way these students can please improve themselves back home before let them retry?
Um,
You understand?
Mm.
No, let
Mm.
them retry. Like if it's a graduate, I may encourage them. Why don't you just go for a PGD in Nigeria and put in your best?
okay.
Mm.
Perform so that it will override this your first degree. You understand? With
Mm.
that, the chances may be better. They are
Will be
not.
better.
Canada is not just looking for your money.
Mhm. Mhm.
Canada
Mhm.
want the best. We know some Western world that the moment your parents can afford it,
That's it.
your result you should pass, but they don't care. Canada wants to be
The
sure that you can
best.
cope academically when you get it. Apart from you are bringing the dollars to Canada, so
Mm.
So, okay, for people that are not really, maybe they have CCCs, like you said, and you advise them
The PGD
to do
to override
PGD
that. Mhm.
to override that, and some of them might say, no, I don't want to do PGD. I want to use this result to get my study permit. Do you think that they have chances of still getting the study permit, the visa?
you know what? I will tell you in all honesty, it is no. Recently, I brought in a student to Sentinel College, and this boy is phenomenal, fantastic.
Oh.
He finished from Newcastle University in UK, but there were some challenges here and there. By the time he was finishing, he couldn't do well because back home challenges. So we went back home. He went back home and told the mom, I want to go to Canada. And I was introduced to the mom, and we started. When I saw the result, I said, wow, I will work with this guy. I told the mom, I will work with your son. She said, please help me. I said, can you go back to Newcastle University? I need a proof that your son was there. And within 2 days, a professor wrote me and said, anything you want concerning this boy, I will give it to you, because he
Mm.
was my student.
Wow.
His application went in and it came back too fast.
Wow.
This
Wow.
guy, this guy is supposed to, and that was about 2 years ago before COVID, right? He came in January of last year before the peak of COVID. This guy is supposed to run 3-year program. He has finished in 1.5 years.
Wow.
Yes, yeah, he has finished. He wrote me recently, until I am graduating. My head
Wow.
just went like this. It's a 3-year architectural course, architecture technician. He finished it in 1.5 years. This is what he studied in the UK, but with a lot of problem back home, with
You couldn't cope.
background, family issues, he couldn't concentrate. You understand? So those are the things. So when you see a result
Mm.
that is not very nice and you advise them, I won't take it because of you will pay me. I don't want stress. I'm sorry to say
You're
that
being
here.
Mm.
honest.
I just don't
That,
want,
that honesty.
like, okay, what I'm trying to bring out there is that he now introduced a friend to me. He said somebody will call you. She's from me. I said okay. So the lady called me. What was your CGPA? Kept quiet. I said, are you there? She said, yes, ma'am, I'm here. What was your CGPA? 2 point something. I said, I'm sorry, I can't work with you. I just told her. And she went to do it by herself. The mom just called me last week and said, I said, but I told her, and she told narrator, I said, I think I remember that story. I told her, I said, yeah, she thought she did it by herself and now she's been refused and all that and all. Now we are requesting for details of why she was refused. There's another process. If your application was refused, you can request for details. Why did the officer make those decisions? That is what we are doing now. And the mom eventually told me she didn't put all her results. I said, she didn't put her
Ah.
results automatically. She's telling the officer that this is a failure stamp, So the chances are, they want, if a student is like B plus back home, I'm telling you, they will get here and land into C. You know that. So if a student is already on a C grade, how will they cope here? Yeah. So let's be frank here. It will be tough for them to cope.
I'm telling you.
And Canada is just controlling everything. They don't want people on the streets. They want people to face why. And it is written in their study permit. You must pursue the reason why you are in Canada to study. Pursue it adequately and get the results.
Wow. So a question, please, to that. If someone is refused, does it mean that they can't apply again?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't mean so. And that is why I just said that now. There's what we call the GMIC file. We can request from ICCRC, oh, please can you give us detailed reason? We just pay a token to request for that file, maybe about $5 or something. We just pay, and it can only be requested by
licensed
an immigration, a Canadian citizen. They can't just be anywhere in the world and say, oh, I want to request. They won't give it to them. But you, even when you are not a immigration consultant, you can request it for them.
Okay.
You must be a Canadian citizen at least to request it, and they will send the reason, the officer will send reason why I've taken this decision. Because those papers that they normally send back to them to tell them why they have refused is a generic paper. It's a generic result. They will just take the one that applies to you. But they will, in that file that we are requesting for, they will type in there, this is why I've made this decision. The student has not impressed me. They will write all the reason there. So with that, you can now work on that report to repackage yourself. We've seen students refuse 2-3 times. Eventually, officers say, oh, this student really want to come to Canada. Go. Yeah. So it doesn't stop you from trying. It doesn't stop you from trying again. It doesn't stop students. Yeah.
So you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Oh, stamp. Let me just let this.
Let my people go.
Let my people go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. This.
All right. So
you need to share this.
yeah, yes. For every viewer, you need to share
You
this.
need to
So
share this
if whenever you're joining, just please share this. We have our guest in here. Is getting interesting.
Oh my God, I am so much into this immigration stuff now. It's so
interesting, and yeah, and you cannot. I can only give you an assumption. Like, I can only assume.
Do you know how many people that want to come to Canada and like, oh yeah, I want to come to Canada. How do I go? But I'm like,
I don't know.
You're asking
the wrong person. Even I'm here, I don't even know.
I
right?
don't know anything about
and I'll tell them, go to the website, go check, and then
and
come
the
back.
website, like she said, so many information,
yes,
so many information. So that is why you might probably
need to talk and connect with a consultant, and the consultant we have, she's a CEO for Divest Immigration Consultant, and you can reach her via her email, info@divestimmigrationconsultant.ca or divest. Either of those two, whichever connect with her. She's our guest, Kemi Adewoyin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate this. This is so interesting. Yeah.
So the next question is, I am 45 years old. What are the chances that my application will be considered for either PR, study permit, or work permit?
Okay. Let's start with study permit. If you have people that are into IT and they are 45 and they want to get additional education in Canada, chances are there. I say IT generally, but anything apart from that, the chances are very slow. And mind you, that person I brought in to the University of Manitoba here, extended education a few years ago, and I'm sure he has started with his PR now. He's close to 45. He's an IT guy. He has his master's. and he came in for postgraduate. You know that postgraduate is lower than masters, right? He was rejected before. When I went to Nigeria a few years ago, he was introduced to me, so he followed up with me, and now he started with his peer. So with people in IT, have the chances are there for them with good results. And at 45, they don't expect you to just carry a first degree and say no. At 45, age with equivalent level of education. When you're 45, at least a master's, at least, or some professional, certifications here and there that will help. But people in IT, yeah, chances are there with them. I can guide them, I can work with them. But when you're talking about business administration, HR, those things, they don't need them. These are, they are looking for people they need. You are into architectural, you are into IT, you are into all things like that. You know what, engineering and all that. And you're already practicing, you've been practicing. You know that they will ask you that, oh, what have you been doing from so point to so point? What were you doing? You must never be idle. So if you can give us detailed resume of what you have been doing, and you are into some professions that are needed in Canada, like IT, engineering, things like that, we can guide you, but not just any mass communication that I study. You want to come to Canada at age 45 with a first degree, they will tell you, what are you communicating? What do you want to, so studios, they don't need so many people in studio like what we have back home. We are radio station, television station, we have about 100 people. They don't
Yeah.
and that is why I respect them so much. They know what they need, they go for it.
They go for
They
it.
don't need you, there's nothing we can do. So if it's a PMP, provincial nominee program, like a province like Manitoba, our country, our province here, chances may still be there for that person. Age is one of the things they are looking into. And at age 45, age will give you, like, I think, is it 0 or 4 or something?
Wow.
Between 0 and 5, that is what age it will give you in mark. Under, from 100, that is when you have 5 out of 100.
It's nothing.
Other criteria is already, and if your level of education is just first degree, so if you are 45-year-old, you want to try PMP, 45-year-old age, forget it already, then you are looking at having a PhD.
Wow.
So with PhD, it's 125 points. You understand?
Wow.
So that will help you again. Then you want to consider your English test. You want to do extremely well in your English test, not 7. 7 is the minimum. I am telling you, this is a worldwide thing. It is from all over the world, not only from Nigeria. So you want to make your English like 8.5, 9. You understand? So what other thing are we looking into? Age, education, English, maybe one or two other level of work experience. As I said, there mustn't be an idle ground at all. 15 years of work experience, you get some points, and maybe some certification here and there. So at age 45, the chances are slim, but if your education is up there, you may get. And if your career is what that province needs, that Manitoba will go into the pool. Oh, we need accountant. Then would they pick accountant? You understand? Oh, we need that. Would they pick? And again,
From the pool.
Manitoba, like us, is telling you must have a family relation, to sign for you. Now it must be immediate family members. No, nothing like extended cousins, nothing like family. No, it must be immediate family members. So, and if it's just, what other thing you say? Study permit, PMP, and what?
Work
Work
permit.
permit.
Oh, I heard about the story of work permit in Nigeria, and I was so sorry to hear that there are adverts everywhere. Get a work permit to Canada. No, there's nothing like that. No, it is fraud. The process, and I would take a little time to explain this. Getting a work permit to Canada, as I said, is for it will go out for at least one person out of 1,000 applicants. And how does it go? The way it goes is that an employer has created an account with Job Bank to say, oh, I need to fill this position. And the people will apply from all over the world, including Canadians, permanent residents, and that attention will be given to First Nation first, Canadian
That's
and
right.
permanent residents.
Mm-hmm.
And the process for that employer is that he has to, for every qualified applicant, he needs to interview them. He must interview them. Every qualified Canadian, he must interview them. So the employer must prove to the government that, oh, these people, none of them is qualified. I have, oh, no, they don't have the qualification that I need. I think I want to go abroad to go and employ. Then I have applications. So many people have applied from all over the world. I want to pick from that application. Okay, the employer will go through that process. It's a long process. It's a lot because you want to interview them. They are sleeping when you are awake. When they are awake, oh, the employer sent me an email for an interview. You are sleeping. So, but you still want to go ahead, right? Then go ahead. Then you will interview them. And then you will pass through what we call LMIA. That is Labor Market Impact Assessment. Labor Market Impact Assessment. That is telling the government, this person that I want to employ, how will he impact the people in Canada, their job in Canada? Is this person not coming to steal job from Canadians? You have to prove to the government that, oh, nobody in Canada is qualified, nobody is interested. In fact, I employ some people, they didn't stay on the job, and that is why I'm going abroad. So that NLMIA, the employer will pay for it is $1,000.
Wow.
It is the employer that must pay. So eventually, if it is approved, I have one that I'm doing now. If the person is coming from Ghana, we succeeded in it to the glory of God. And
Wow.
yeah, so if it is approved, and that is when the person will now start a new process of applying for work permit for that person to come to Canada. In essence, you need a job offer in Canada to get a work permit visa. There's nothing like what they're advertising all over. I remember when I went to Ghana a few years ago for this career with the University of Manitoba, we wanted to go and advertise about the seminar on the radio. Oh, they were reluctant. They said, no, all these people, they are fraud. They just want to know, they defraud people. Eventually, the people that then I said, oh, they now saw our profile. I said, no. These are real people. They check and say, oh, these are real people. They check everything and say, okay, we are going to advertise for you. That here in our radio station, we don't just advertise for all this, come and get visa. No, they don't do it. No, it's true. They told me, I was just looking. The man was speaking Ghanaian today and say, well, eventually they said, we need their profile. Let's check. They check and see that we came through this. Oh, they say, oh, I'm sorry for that reaction. We are going to advertise for you. This is how much we paid. And the turnout at the seminar was so great. So for work permit, it is something that the person that want to get the work permit must have gotten a job offer in Canada. Without a job offer in Canada, there is no visa called work permit for you. No. No. It saddens our heart when we hear things like that. And people, it is so hard with money, economy is so tight, and the people will even sell anything to pay for all those things. It is sad.
Wow.
And that is why you need to help us share this video
That's
so
right.
that people can learn the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, this is with us going on back home there. It's terrible. It's terrible. You need this information. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing, ma.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The next question is I have a 8 and 14 year old children. Can I submit application for them under study permit status?
Can I have that question again, please?
I have 8 and 14 years old children. So the person is asking, can I submit application for them under the study permit? That means the person want to come with his
Using
or her
children, using
children.
children between 8 and 14 years old.
Okay. The way I understand question is that the person is coming as a student and he wants to bring his own
Want to come with
children.
children.
Yeah, I will advise them not to do that. It's you know what? we eventually will tell them it's their choice, but we'll advise them not to do that. The rejection rate is so high for that. It used to be a situation where when you come in, eventually your spouse and children can come in. Your spouse will be eligible to open work permit. Open work permit means they can work in any career, any field, in wherever they go to get job. A closed work permit means, oh, you can only work in your career, in your profession. Are you an accountant? Make sure you get a job in accounting. Are you this? That is a closed work permit. But an open one says you can work as a customer service, you can work this job. But for them to say, okay, you are coming, you want to apply for study permit and you want to bring your children, the chances are becoming slimmer and slimmer. So I will still advise them not to. But if they want to try, they can try. But the rejection rate is very, very high.
What about a parent that is sending that age bracket children to school here to secure admission here?
That age bracket
Yes.
from age 8 even
Yeah, to
to
14. Yeah.
even to 16, 17, it is tough. It is tough. If they can economically, if they can afford it, they have a custodian. Yeah, we got one recently. The child is landing August 6th. It's just, I think, 12 or something. She's just 12, but she will be staying with the uncle. So, and
Okay.
she did well in school. She will be staying with the uncle, so it's okay. But just saying that you are sending a child here, it is tough. If you want to do that, if you can afford it, make sure there's a custodian that you trust very well. So
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
if you want to advise parents that want to send their kids between that age bracket to come and maybe elementary school here, what would be your honest advice to them?
I will tell them not to.
Okay.
I will tell them to please keep the child back home with them, nurture the child, show them, let the child grow under them. Sending them to the Western world at that sensitive age is tough. It's tough. It's tough. Those children, uh, they find it, 90% of them find it difficult to cope.
To call.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Not even academically now, but a lot of things that they will be saying that,
Culture.
oh my God, this is life. And they
Um,
forget why they're here.
why they're here. I don't know why a parent will want to send their 8-year-old or just to
Maybe
come and
17 or 15.
15, 17 year maybe
Still
in
okay.
university, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but just to come to elementary school here and they'll be paying like $15,000 a year.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's kind of
It's a lot of
ridiculous.
money.
Number one is a lot of money, and that child is still very, very young. He still needs their parents, to guide them through some things. Um, I don't know. Maybe they have a particular reason of doing that. Is it maybe when the child comes here and after going through elementary and universities, child can now apply for their parents as a PR? Is that the reason why they're doing it?
Yeah. You know what? If people can afford it and they have a secure a backbone for that child here, if they can, it's a lot of money. I am telling you, to send a child to elementary school here is about 15,000 for tuition, not for homestay. Homestay is another, it's like another 700 monthly, apart from upkeeps and all that. So it's very expensive, as you said. So, but it's their choice if they can afford it.
That's right.
But there's a process that when a child finishes school, but sending from elementary to for that long age till when they graduate is another thing entirely. That's a lot of money.
A
But
lot of money.
if a child can come in for their first degree, maybe 18, at age 18,
Yeah.
yeah, they come in for their first degree and they finish and they secure a good job, a supervisory level. After 6 months, they are eligible to apply for permanent residence.
Okay.
And that process, from the day they start through the end, is about 2 years.
Hmm.
It's not that they will just submit the paper and permanent resident thing will come. It's a process because they are monitoring them, they are checking them, they are making, everything. Are they people that we can keep in our country and all that? A lot of people get this. It's, a lot, over 95% of people that apply get it. You understand?
Okay.
So, but yeah, there is a program when they get their permanent residence, there are program for parents and grandparents.
Okay.
Once in a year, the program is open for just one day. It's always in January, and you can
Oh,
submit. Yeah, it's always sometimes in January, and it's open to everybody in the world. So when it is open, they will tell us. They will tell everyone. It's on the website of government that this will be the application. Link will be open. You can submit your application, and it fills up within 10 minutes.
Wow.
wow.
Oh yeah,
So
it
fast.
fills up within 10 minutes. Like about 2 years ago, I think about 8 minutes. Last year, maybe So, but what they're
Wow.
looking, they have a target about 10,000
Hmm.
yearly, and it fills up very well. It fills up. The moment it fills up, you can submit again, and it tell you sorry until next year. So,
Wow.
if a child, yeah, when a child finishes university, gets a good job, start their PR process, get the PR, but then applying for parents is not just, we can say, oh, they can apply for their parent, but there's an amount of money the child must be earning to qualify for that.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. So the child now, if it's just a child, assuming he's not married with children, just the child, they want to, oh, you want to bring your father and your mother, that is three people, right? So that means a yearly, your income must be so amount of money.
Hmm.
If you don't meet up to that, you are not qualified. There are so many criteria that they are going to consider. So a child that knows that, oh yeah, I'm up to that, can put in and apply for the parent. And this is the process of applying. So if you get into the pool, and eventually they submit this, submit that, and you qualify. CRA, a lot of paper, and it's not immediately when they get their PR, because you are going to submit your tax report for at least 2 years to
Hmm.
show
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
your tax assessment you meet up. So it's a lot of process. It's a lot of
Wow.
process,
Wow.
but it's worth it. It's worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Studying here, your parents have paid so much on you. You want
Mm-hmm.
to compensate them back
Compensate
by
them.
Hmm.
enable them to have the Canadian passport, so that they can go in and go out, and that the passport can take us to how many countries? Over 50 countries of the world. So it's not bad. Whoever that is qualified for it, it's not bad.
And you
Wow.
said something about supervisory role. So even after a student graduates from here,
Yeah.
so that doesn't automatically qualify them to apply for the PR. They must be in a supervisory role before they can apply.
What that means is that it's not all jobs. You can't just be. There's not all jobs that will qualify you.
Hmm.
Wow.
The way you know where you are, if you are qualified, is that the whatever title they have given you on your job offer, you can go and
Hmm.
check with CIC.gc.ca under NOC, knock.
Knock code. Yeah.
NOC, put the knock number on the website, and it will tell you if your job is supervisory. Most of the time, I will tell you, in all honesty, majority of the jobs are supervisory level. But you and I
Okay.
don't know. You and I don't
Hmm.
know, because even people that are working at skip the dishes, do their
Yeah.
job, eventually, if you put it on knock, it will tell you supervisory level.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay. To
That's
know.
great.
Mm.
There's little information we can share here, and there's the to do that to come is connect with Kenny Adewoyin. Connect with Kenny Adewoyin. That I'm displaying right now are details. She is the CEO for Divest Immigration Consult International Incorporation. The email you can reach her is two emails. Either one you can use is info at Davis Invest Immigration Consultant.ca or davisimmigration at
At gmail.com.
gmail.com. Please connect with her. There is limit information we can share here, and you connect with her directly. She'll be able to reach out to you, tell you, give you appropriate advice on how to go about it. And if you feel, like she said, if you feel you can do it yourself, yeah, feel free. Go online, search up seats. If you send me an email, I will just say go on the website, go look up the information. I don't have any information to give you than this, right? So thank you very much. You can also share this link. If you have anyone who really, really, really needs this information, share this information with them. So this question here, probably that's where we'll be rounding this up. I know we've got good time. Can someone be deported after being given a permanent residence status? On what ground can he or she be deported?
Yeah, yeah. People can be deported, and people have been deported after even Canadian passports. Permanent residence is even, but even after, with the Canadian passports, people can be deported. And that is when people are violating rules. They are not listening. They've been, arrested, on, when people are not just doing things right. Yeah, they can be, yeah, or over time, people can, some, I'll tell you one small story. Some years ago, many years ago, after we came into Canada, and I got interested in becoming a correction officer. And you know what, I put in for that. And, I'm very, when it comes to, most of the time, I will just do it. And when my husband come back, I will tell you, say, what are you looking for? Don't worry, you do. What kind of correction officer? I say, I just like it. And I wrote the exams. I wrote series of exams and I passed. So eventually they said we should come and to the prison and see how things work. The first prison they took us to somewhere there. Hey, I was shivering like this. The first room they took us to is a black guy. It's somebody like from my continent. I was shivering. And the room where he was just, and only bed. And oh my God, this guy never sat down. It was just going like this. And then you see that one? It's a serial killer. Wow, I was afraid. I was scared. I got to my husband, I don't think I can do this thing. So yeah, we went to about 2 or 3, went to Edinley, another prison there. Eventually, I didn't get into it, but I was scared. But that kind of a person, eventually, he will be deported. The officer that was taking us around, he said, that one is a serial killer. With that name, will they still keep him in the country? No. No. So those are instances that I'm trying to refer you to.
Wow. This is a whole lot. I don't know. Yeah, there's so much question that we've got, but won't be able to share them. Yeah. Do you mind if we bring you back again and then we'll talk about this? Yeah, because there's so much.
Have a lot of questions.
If you don't
You know,
mind.
you know what? I'm so humble. I will tell you, frankly speaking, I never expected this. The invite,
Yeah.
you saw the way I was shocked when you
I
invited
know.
me, right? And I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. I am humble, and I pray that the Lord will continue to help your ministry, to help with
Amen.
everything that you are doing, and will take you from glory unto glory.
Amen.
Just give me some time.
Definitely.
Yeah, give me some time and let's work on it. Then we'll
That's
be
right.
back.
Sure.
Absolutely. I really appreciate it and sincerely appreciate. Yeah, we do appreciate it and your honesty and sincerity. Thank you very much, Ma. Yeah. So if you've joined this conversation, please try as much as possible to share, leave your comment, send your question, and then can display right on the screen. Feel free to connect with her. Feel free to reach out to her. Feel free to send your question, your concerns, or any information you need. Yeah, so that's the only way we can help. And that's the only way we can serve the community that we are in today. Because there's a lot of distraction out there. There's a lot of things that is distracting you, that can distract you off the primary reason why you're here. If you're a student, there's a lot of things going out there, even if you're a PR or wherever, as a family, that is out there that can distract you. And like on the note at which we finished, it's easy to be deported if you abuse or abuse the Lord, you refuse to follow through. I mean, thoroughly, the due diligence part is very, very, very easy. And so please and please and please share this information with your friends, with your network, and connect with Kenny Adewoyin on her email. Feel free to reach out to her and send your question. Thank you very much. We love you and
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Thank
We
you very much
appreciate
for being our guest. We sincerely appreciate it. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you very much. We really appreciate
I
you.
love you too. You know that I love you, right?
I definitely do.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and
Thank
we
you.
really welcome it again. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Yeah.
so much. And
Yeah.
our beautiful viewers out there, we thank you. Thank you once again for joining us. And then we'll be looking forward to seeing you again
In the next two
in the next
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Until then, keep living the best that you can and stay focused. Refuse to be distracted.
Hmm.
Can direct.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.